What's up guys, the spooky season is officially over. Even though I don't celebrate Halloween, there has been a lot of stuff coming up on my For You page, which then inspired me to make a Frankenstein crazy lab. Of course, first I've got to head over to Pinterest for some inspiration. Oh my gosh, what is this? Whatever it is, I need to add it. Why am I so excited about this build? It's actually concerning. First of all, I'm going to go through all the new items we got for this Halloween update to see if there's anything I can use for my chair. Now, this coffin would actually be a great idea. Then you'll be inside the coffin, so I don't think this is going to work really well. The other thing is that the chair has to be at an angle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to do that by placing a slant roof and to see what chairs I can use in conjunction with this. So, oh my gosh, if we place this theatre chair, we can see it sits at a slant on my slant roof. Only thing is though guys, I want it to face this way, so I've got to figure out how to use a roof with my chair facing forwards. You know what guys, I'm going to scrap that slant roof and go with this roof instead. What I've got to make sure is that I hide as much as the roof as possible, which is why I am placing most of it behind that wall. With my roof in place, I've just got to decide on what chair to go with. Now, what about this sun chair? The reason I'm liking this is because you can recline on this chair. And obviously we want everyone who sits in this chair to be as comfortable as possible. So let me just test it out real quick, and I actually think that looks pretty good. Hang on, I'm just going to double check to see if there's any other chair that I could actually use. And what about this one guys? You know what? I think I'm going to go with this. Oh my gosh, this is definitely giving electrocution. To stop anyone from resisting, I'm going to have to strap them in, and I'm going to do that by using these basic shapes. And of course, to make it even secure, I'm going to bolt them in with these chains. I can't lie, that is looking pretty good. And to finish it off, why not add a power box right beside it? Going back to my reference picture, which is looking kind of disturbing, I know, but I just really want to make sure it's as good as it can be. So this light is going to go overhead here. I don't know if this is supposed to really be a light. I think it's actually supposed to be a heating system which is supposed to boil your brains out. I know, it's pretty gruesome. Please remember guys, disclaimer, this is just all for fun. This is not real. It's just a fun build which I'm doing just for fun. And just imagine what kind of role plays could go on in here. I'm looking for something to make it even more realistic. So no, not a Christmas tree. Oh my gosh, fireworks. Imagine if we could set off fireworks while they're in the chair, so it kind of looks like the electric currents. Oh my gosh, I'm going to use these. So if I place these firework fountains onto a basic shape, then I can just transform them into place whatever I want. So one is going to go overhead just here, and the others will be placed randomly around the chair. I'm gonna go in for a quick test. So I'm in my chair and on goes my firework. It actually looks like I'm taking a shower. Don't worry guys, I think I just had to adjust it a little bit, then it's gonna be super realistic. So with a few adjustments here and there, I think that is looking pretty cool. I'm moving on. I came across this strange looking machine right here. So it seems like after they've been in the chair, you go straight into this machine, and it looks like you basically get roasted to bones. Oh my god, this sounds so weird and crazy, I know, but it's so exciting. Well, I hope you guys know what I mean. It's not exciting to actually roast to bones, but you know what I mean guys. I mean, basically we don't see a lot of these builds, do we? They're quite rare. I don't think I've even seen anything like this on YouTube. So for me, this is super fun. That's my justification, and I promise you it's not because I'm sick and twisted. So to recreate that roasting machine, I've decided to go with cabinets, and I think these might work really well and do the trick. So a few cabinets and counters later, this is what I've created. I've even put that animated zombie guy in there as well, because of the amount of time he scared me. He just deserves to be inside this machine. So now I'm just going to make a load of custom switches, levers, etc., and get them onto my machine. And at the bottom on these counters here, I've gone for some pipe work, just using some rods. And I don't know, maybe I'm gonna, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'm gonna put these light bulbs just at the top right here. And look at this, I've got a watch which is on a transparent cube. You can basically use the transform tool to just put it into place. Now these little DLs make such a difference. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know what this is, but I've just made it out of basic shapes and a neon LED light, and that's just going to go up in a top cabinet right here. What I'm really looking forward to building is my lab experiment table. You know, it's one of those tables where you have all those fancy bottles with all the liquids bubbling out of them, and with the Bunsen burners, the test tubes, and just everything's connected, and it just looks so cool. So right now I'm making a custom bottle. I'm not sure why, because these Halloween potion bottles are just really ideal. And to be honest, if I was you, I wouldn't even bother. All you got to do is grab a load of these Halloween potion bottles. For reference, this is what I'm trying to achieve, and most of it is gonna have to be done using the transform tool. I'm just making a holder here to hold up one of my bottles, just making use of a resized cube, and I'm moving it around so that I can make this structure right here. And I'm being super extra. I'm going to use this fork to be a clasp which will grab onto that bottle. Again, it's super easy. All you got to do is place things onto a transparent cube and then move them into place wherever you want. The most you got to do is think out of the box and be a little creative. And now it's time to just place that bottle. And moving on, I know I'm moving pretty quick, but I saw this thing on Pinterest where there is a glass container with a skull inside of it, so I just had to try it out. Oh, sorry, it wasn't a skull, it was a brain, but I'm using this skull to represent the brain. So I'm just trying to find like a really good texture which will make it look brainy. So I'm gonna go with this brick. Definitely got to make it more of a brainy color, so we're gonna go for a neutral, and in it goes into our water dispenser. So what do we think? I don't know. I think I'm going to have to change it. So instead, I had this brilliant idea. Why not use this porcelain pumpkin pot? Oh my gosh, that is such a mouthful. Anyway, onto my transparent cube that goes. Transform it. And oh my gosh, why am I loving the look of this brain? This pumpkin is definitely braining, and it's a key. So to make my brain even more brain-tastic, I thought, why not add these fireflies to give it that brainy, spooky, I don't know, just to give it that look. So on go my fireflies, and then back will go my dispenser. And look, that just looks so cool. I've got to readjust it, but you get what I'm trying to get at, guys. Anyway, I got so bored of my little brain creation, I just put that to one side and got it off my table. And I really had to get on with my lab table. So I did make a few more bottles just using some sapphires within each other, place them on top of each other. I've got a little Bunsen burner, I think that's what you call it, at the bottom here with the candle. Now that was a bit of a headache to make. It's just made out of cake stands and some rods, but I don't know why it took me flipping ages. If you have been paying attention to my video so far, you would have seen a little sneak peek of a similar build that I started years ago. So I've only just got around to actually thinking of building it and completing it. So I have skipped the video quite a bit because I don't want this whole video to just be on this lab table. That is just going to be so boring. But as you can see, I've added some other kind of bottle thing with some fireflies inside. Then I've got another holder on here side, so I just duplicated the first one that I made, and I'm going to put a potion bottle, but this time flip it upside down. Now the lab table is almost done. Everything is connected and flowing pretty nicely, but the background is proper triggering me. I mean, this machine is just taking everything away from my lab table. So what I'm going to do is probably shift everything around. And of course, I did not forget about my captive little brain, which is inside my water dispenser. So I'm going to make a whole new section here. This table right here is going to be the dissection table. I know it's getting pretty gruesome in here, but it's got to be done. So I've sat my brain on top of this electric receiver. I just feel as though the brain needs to be sitting on something to keep it preserved. So that seems like the perfect thing to use. And then because I said this table will be for the dissection, so the only thing I can think of using is the hand of the skeleton. So I'm just kind of trying to pop it through the table like this and make it look realistic by adding a few tools and a red coloured dirt pile. And of course I had to go the extra mile. I needed to make a arm, but with all the ligaments and stuff coming out of it, so I thought, why not use these cheese strings? And as crazy as it sounds, look at them coming out of my basic shape. I think that looks super realistic. Right, so my arm is in place, and now I'm just gonna double a few cheese strings around it, as you do. And my brain is looking kind of lonely, so I'm going to give it a companion. Now, its companion is going to be a load of gruesome eyeballs. Just casually pile them up and into our water dispenser they go. Don't blame me, guys. Blame Pinterest. They just keep on showing me these really cool ideas. Oh my god, I just also had to show you this. If you have this Christmas tree from last year's update, you've got to use it. Look. Basically, if I put it inside of here with my brain, resize it, recolor it, it looks like some sort of electrical wire. Wait for it, and look at that. How cool is that? So remember to always stock up on as many items as you can when the seasonal updates drop. Another great discovery is use these spiders on these webs, resize them, put them onto a transparent cube and transform them into place into your jars, and look at how realistic that looks. Like, I literally cannot get enough. And moving on to my next bit of inspo to pull everything together and finish this build off. Can't lie, I'm loving the look of these cabinets. All I've got to do is fill them up with a load of random bottles, and I'm going to do that by coming out of build mode, open up my cabinet, back into build mode, fill it up, then all I have to do is clone it. So I'm going to stick with the green and black theme. So just filling up my cabinet right here. My clone cabinets are in place, and I'm also going to go in here, add some console tables with a load of bottles on there as well. Just really want to fill up this whole wall. Finally, it is all coming together. I've shifted the roasting machine on that side along with the chair, put in some windows here at the back, more tables, and finally my lab table gets to be the center of attention. I've also done is extended the ceiling, so we're going to have high ceilings, which is why I'm going in with these tall cabinets right here. And a good thing is that I could even extend those windows. I definitely want a lot more clutter, so I'm thinking of doing a load of wiring on the floor. So starting off with a rope, color that black, and then I'm going to go in with some string and freestyle the rest. If you are going to attempt to do anything like this, remember to place your flooring first. Of course, to give it that realistic touch, we're going to get some wiring and have it hanging off the table. Now, I don't want my wiring to just be there for the sake of it, so I'm making this electrical box so that most of the wiring can be connected to it. Finally, there are a few bits and pieces to do, such as the ceiling detail and the lighting, but I'm not going to show that in this video. But if you do want me to upload a speed build, just drop me a comment below. Otherwise, guys, let's get straight into that tour. And here it is, guys. I absolutely love how it turned out, and it was super fun to build. So over on this table here, we have all the dissection going on. So we have a glass container full of eyeballs, a brain, we have some spiders at the bottom, and unfortunately we have some body parts right there. And look at those cabinets, they go really high up. And then over on this side we have our amazing lab table. Everything is connected up to this electrical box. You can see all the wiring on the floor there, and look at this. This is my favorite part of the build. Lots going on here. Of course, over here we have the electrocution chair plus some sort of machine which will roast you to bones. I know it's all pretty gruesome, but it's just all for fun. Time to test out the chair. I have my blindfold on and I'm waiting anxiously. Oh my gosh, I am being electrocuted to Bloxburg heaven and back. Maybe I used a few too many fireworks, but it's all good. Anyway guys, I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a like and comment below. If you do want to see the full speed build, I'll be happy to upload it. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.